Wild stuff in Genoa, Gab, as Olivier Giroud ends up between the sticks to preserve Milan's 1-0 win that leaves them top of the table.
Yeah, that's right. I think Milan played well. I don't think they were great. Their goal was very controversial from Christian Pulisic. Was it a handball? Was it not a handball? Depending what pictures you look at, VAR felt they didn't have enough to send the referee to the screen. I think this is going to be debated all week. But what was interesting was at the end, Magnan comes off his line, totally wipes out Egebuka, I think is the Genoa striker. He has to go. He has to get sent off. Pulisic is like, oh, coach, can I go in the sticks? And they're like, no, because you're 4'2". Olivier Giroud goes between the sticks. He puts on Mike Magnan's shirt. He makes one kind of save where he comes off his line, really uncoordinated. When you see the replay, he's like closing his eyes and turning his, like, he's doing all the things you're not supposed to do, but whatever. Genoa hit the crossbar, incidentally, just before that. It's a big emotional win that you can ride if you're Milan. I think if Pioli's smart, he's not going to rest on his laurels because of this. And the bad news is Magnan obviously will now be suspended, possibly for 3 games, and Theo Hernandez also suspended for
Giroud's not the only outfield player that's gone in goal over the years. I went in goal for Arsenal twice.
Did you?
Yep.
And were you a little wuss who like turned his face away?
No. At the time I made 2 saves from Peter With, who was then playing for Aston Villa, who are European champions.
There you go.
So there we are. Now into race to a 2-0 lead at home to Bologna, but are then pegged back to 2-2. Gab, that's a 5-point drop in the last 2 home games after taking the league. That's not good enough, is it?
No, it's really bad, and people are slaughtering Inzaghi for it. Personally, I would focus on the fact that they were really good for the first 45 minutes. And they were. Again, they could have scored more than 2. Lautaro Martinez gives away a penalty for, and I hate the stereotype, but making a needless striker's tackle in the box. And then the Bologna equalizer, they all kind of lose their mind. And by the way, check this out on YouTube if you haven't seen it. It seems like George Zirkzee almost passes the ball in the back of the net and wrong foots Jan Sommer. People talk about his obsession with substitutions, never changing formation, adjusting the games. You know what? He was doing this last year too, and they had a really, really good season, got to the Champions League final. I don't have an issue with that. I think it's more of a mental thing, which I don't normally like to say mental thing, but I think that's what it is here.
Paul Pogba's B sample has come back positive for testosterone, but Juve gets some relief on the pitch as they beat Torino 2-0, Gab.
Yeah, so this is ugly Juve. This is ugly, effective, results-oriented Juve. I'm going to give Max Allegri a pass on this one. He's got a free pass. He doesn't get many from me, as you know. Because in a week like this, when you've had the Pogba news, which you knew was coming, but still, when the ownership revealed that they had to make another equity injection to the tune of more than 200 million, you just needed a result here. You had no Dusan Vlahovic, no Federico Chiesa. So they're super defensive against the Torino team that grinds, and they get 2 set-piece goals with Milik and Gatti as well. I was very happy that he scored. It's a result. Move on. I want to see better from them, but this wasn't the game in which it was going to happen.
No. Tough times for Napoli, Gab. Beaten 3-1 at home by Fiorentina. Rudy Garcia under a lot of pressure, I would say.
So Fiorentina played really well. Napoli not so much, although I think Osimhen should have had a penalty. The reason Rudy Garcia gets killed is half an hour in, Anguissa comes off, and does he replace him with another midfielder? No. He says, let me change the system. Let me send on Raspadori. And then when they're 2-1 down and chasing the game, there's about, I think it was 20-odd minutes ago, he makes another change, and he takes off Lobotka, Zielinski, and Osimhen. Now, it's not like, he sent on Tom, Dick, and Harry to replace them. But still, this is not what fans want to see. Politano, who came off earlier, he had a real go at him. It's the 3rd time this season. Politano, Osimhen, and Kvaratskhelia, all of them have had public goes at Rudy Garcia. He's got to be very careful because people are going to turn against you. You're going to lose the fans. I know it's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, it is a tough act to follow when you've just won the title for the first time for many, many years and you come in and
maybe this triple change when you're chasing a game at home.
Not a good idea.
Break. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Roma get a big win as they beat Cagliari 4-1, and Romelu Lukaku scores 2 goals. Robbo Mourinho needed that, but how big a blow is losing Paulo Dybala.
He certainly did need it, because I've been very unimpressed with Mourinho's team for quite a while now, and the style of football, and it looks as though they have no real patterns of playing, game plan. It's a little.
That's why they need Dybala.
Exactly, and that's exactly. Dybala's the one when the game gets broken and there's no real, you're not dominating the play. He's the one that can come out with something different. He can go past people. He can find a pass that somebody else might not be able to see. He's not a consistent player, but he's somebody that can break down the opposition with a bit of skill. And if he's out, he's going to be badly missed, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Roma are mid-table. Mourinho hasn't been offered a new contract, or hasn't.
Not surprised.
And, he was all grumpy about it. A guy of his stature can't go into the season with 1 year left, like say Carlo Ancelotti, for example. But the reality is Roma are under a settlement agreement with UEFA. They've spent a ton of money, both in wages and transfer fees. And, the well is going dry. And a lot of people are pretty sure that he's going to go to Saudi afterwards. I don't know. I don't think Mourinho wants to go to Saudi just yet.
He might not have too many other choices. Now, Lazio win a wild one at home to Atalanta 3-2, but Maurizio Sarri gets sent off. Do you think he needs anger management classes, Gab?
If they're just taking them, they're not working well. This is ridiculous. Lazio actually played really, really well. I think they thoroughly deserved the victory over Atalanta, who also played well. I thought it was an entertaining game. But you can't do this every time. It feels like every time he either gets himself sent off or afterwards he goes and complains about something. He's too stressed out. He's always on a knife edge. And it's weird for a guy who can play really pretty football. It's at some point it can get a little toxic and a little embarrassing.
Has this always been the case with him, or is this something that he's sort of got to do over the last couple of years?
He drinks a vat of coffee every hour, and he smokes 3 packs of cigarettes a day. He's not the most chilled out personality, but he plays interesting football. He plays attractive football. I think potentially he's a very good manager. But you just can't let yourself go. It's like a child out there. You're leading these people. They need you. Don't get sent off. You're not, I'm sorry, in your career, how often has it happened that a manager shouting at the referee from the sidelines, prompt the referee come, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, I shouldn't have given that free kick earlier. Here, let me invent a penalty."
But don't you think managers play up to the crowd and play up to their players? It's something
it's fine, but you can do that. Some managers definitely
I don't agree with it. I'm saying it just
Arteta does it. Mourinho does it. Other managers do it. Conte does it. Klopp, people have said it. But
it's the fans' fault. It's the fans' fault because they say we want to see passion from
but here's
the
difference. Maurizio Sarri's been popular with the fans. He's not like, "Oh, it's our God, it's Sarri," the way people say it's our God, Mourinho, it's our God, Klopp. He's not. He's a guy. So it just doesn't make any sense. This is all in his own head.